Today, we are talking about Pope Francis, his efforts to reform the Catholic Church, and his concern for the poor and the environment. We discussed about his nine aspects. The first one is to visit to Lampedusa. The Pope's first trip outside of Rome was to the rocky Italian island of Lampedusa, located 17 miles from the coast of Africa in the Mediterranean Sea. The trip in July 2013 carried a somber tone as the Pope led a wreath in the Mediterranean Sea to honor the thousands of migrants who had died in the perilous journey to Europe. Francis' papacy has been defined by his ability to focus global attention on the plight of immigrants, refugee, and trafficking victims, especially those attempting to flee persecution and economic trouble. The second one is Laudato Si. Francis' second encyclical was expected to offer the Church's position on the climate change debate, but it did far more than that. In Laudato Si, the Pope criticized consumerism, discussed the effect of climate change on the poor, and grounded his argument deeply in the Bible and Church tradition. The encyclical, published June 18, 2015, officially added teaching on the environment to the body of Catholic social teaching. Check out our key takeaways from Laudato Si. The third one is Amoris Laetitia and the Synod on the Family. In his apostolic exhortation Amoris Laetitia, or the joy of love, Francis called for a greater recognition of the complexity of family life and left the door open to allowing divorced and remarried Catholics to receive the Eucharist. The section on divorce and remarriage was shaped by an extended period of discernment that included two high-profile synods in 2014 and 2015. Fourth one is Who am I to judge? Just over 4 months into his papacy, on a flight home to Rome, Pope Francis fielded a barrage of caution from reporters on hot button issues. He spoke about women in the church as well as divorced and remarried Catholics. However, the best online of the planned press conference came following a question about whether there was a gay lobby at the Vatican. I have not met anyone in the Vatican yet who has gay written on their identity card. Francis said, if a gay person is in eager search of God, who am I to judge them? The fifth one is Air of Mercy. Mercy has played a central theme in Francis' ministry since his first address in St. Peter's Square. On the second anniversary of his papacy, Francis announced the Extraordinary Jubilee of Mercy, which lasted from December 8, 2015 to November 20, 2016. Churches around the world each designated a holy door to be a reminder of the Pope's call for reconciliation. Each month, Francis carried out an act of mercy as an example, such as inviting prisoners and their family to Mass and visiting former prostitutes. The sixth one is Women Deacons. In May 2016, Francis spoke about the possibility of ordinary women to be deacons and called for a commission to study the topic. The 12-member commission was announced 2 months later and charged with investigating the historical role of women in the church. The group included a variety of experts on theological subjects, including two Americans. And the seventh one is trip to the United States and Cuba. Francis made stops in Washington, D.C., New York, and Philadelphia during his first visit to the United States in 2015. At the United Nations, he spoke about immigration, drug trafficking, and the need to protect the environment. He continued his message of reconciliation and called for compassion toward migrants during an address to Congress. The trip to North America included a stop in Cuba before the United States. The Pope was later revealed to have played an integral part in healing US-Cuba relationship. And the eighth one is meeting with ecumenical patriarch Bartholomew. Francis meets the spiritual leader of the Orthodox world in Jerusalem in May 2014 to pray and sign a joint declaration to overcome obstacles between the churches. The two were commemorating the 1964 meeting of the churches, the first since the 15th century. And the ninth one is embarrassing the sick and disabled. The revolutionary leadership of the papacy has included various new ways of connecting with people. Francis has a popular Twitter account available in several languages and is known to take selfies. During a general audience in November 2013, Francis embarrassed a man suffering from neurofibromatosis, a disfiguring skin condition. The viral image parallels Jesus' embrace of lepers and is one of many examples of the Pope reaching out to the people with disabilities. The most important work of Pope Francis can be put into nine aspects.